Hey, Sharon Septa here. I came across a video on my Facebook feed, even though I don't get on much. I came across it. It has me a little irritated. I mean, with both comments and stuff. Um, but a soldier is talking about work hours for the military. I saw comments that saying this was possibly a recruiter. It could be, and if it is, there's really, and they already have it easy. But I'm gonna play the video and show some stop it every now and then to talk about some of the statements. That is false. Your goal is every day is to actually get your tasks done for the day. But in your goals as a leader should be making sure everyone's trained properly, making sure they have all their paperwork done, the health and welfare of your soldiers. And she's gonna say, by health and welfare, I mean they're physically and mentally fit to do their job. Okay. Now let's continue. That's correct. No. Now, there. I'm gonna finish this, but it can't be. It's not their direct supervisor that does that. It's the chain of command. And sometimes the chain of command does have certain hours they have to meet through for the day. I mean, as a reservist, we may not have anything at we we may not have anything, but maybe the chain of command's in a meeting, so they can't release you even though everything's done. That's something that sometimes happens. I mean, it's happened multiple occasions when I was when I was a reservist. Is we'd have everything done, but there's a meeting, and sometimes things pop up. I've never had an issue where 17 different tasks show up at 1700. There's some that came down from battalion that needed to be fixed. But never me giving out or my commander giving out 17 different tasks to be done. All right, yeah. So, okay, that is technically annoying because there's I have not seen any soldiers that didn't hate going home after a drill day. I mean, yeah, I did enjoy getting some time away from my family just to relieve that stress, but the stress I just ended up trading one stress for another when I go into my drill weekends. But as I stated, your leaders are their main goal is not to get people extra time off. It is to make sure the training is completed right, so you're less likely to have a soldier get injured or die when doing their job. The paperwork, all their paperwork is correct, so that in the event something does happen, their family is taken care of, or whoever they designated as their the person that takes care of their stuff, and then your health and welfare. I mean, I've had issues where times where I needed someone to actually talk to, and I don't I couldn't talk to my direct support chain, but there was an NCO I enjoyed talking to, and that is the thing is you may not be able to talk to your direct leader, but you can talk to a leader if you need to. But getting soldiers off early is just a bonus. I mean, when I joined, ever since I had joined, I knew they could have me for long periods of time. The contract never states at what hours you work. I mean, I was told I could be at. They could have me at the unit from 12:01 the first day to midnight the last day. I mean, the command did not like doing that because they didn't want to have to pay for supper, but they could. I mean, if she's a recruiter, she already has time frames that she's on and off. Um, but I know if you go to the field, you are not gonna be getting off very early. Then you're not gonna, and you're pretty much all there until it's done. I mean, even drill sergeants have a pretty rough time. I call it rough, but they may be okay. Some of them may be okay with it, but they could be in dealing with the new recruits 24 hours and then get a break for a bit. But basic training, you're very much well going. At least when I went through, was going. And when getting troops off early to be a good leader is not correct. A good leader will be with his troops doing those sucky things that they end up having to do, like KP duty. I've been there. I was there with my troops when they were doing KP. Even when I had a bum wrist, I was still trying to help set up tents, do KP. That kind of stuff is what you want to do. You want to be there with them through the good times and the bad times, because I know a lot of people do not like doing KP, and they could be up late doing KP, and if you're there actually helping them, it cuts down the time. I mean, I've gotten yelled at for helping with those tents with the bum rest, but I was trying to help my soldiers get their task done. I mean, I even got yelled at for just picking up trash by a senior NCO. I got told that I should be making the long list to pick it up. It was just trash. It was no big deal. You don't need to send send out a detail to pick up trash. But I will say this: giving soldiers extra time off because you think that's a way to be a good leader is wrong. Good leader is taking care of them, taking care of your soldiers, making sure they meet their mental health is taken care of, and along with their physical health, and making sure their paperwork is squared away and that they are properly trained. The fun times can come after those. And if we're going to have this point where we're going to have soldiers, NCOs saying they think soldiers should be this way, that they should just be giving their subordinates extra time off because you're they're supposedly holding them up. No, it's steps to make sure they're taken care of. I mean, I've actually ended up after I got out had to field some questions that should have been their leader's responsibility, but I mean, I took the time out of my day to answer those questions because I was good. Was a good leader, and I wanted to make sure that soldier was not going to get left behind. And I would still do it if today, even if they asked me to, if they asked me a question. I'm not going to leave those that are serving behind because, and I do have contacts still in the military that can help out those that need help. And I will talk to you next time.